Welcome back. You've already worked through some of Ashoka's materials in the pre-reflection homework and the storytelling worksheet you used with your peer mentor. This week, we'll review the Changemaker's Guide to Storytelling to help you prepare to record your first strategic story. Ashoka reminds us that humans are hardwired for storytelling. The power of story helps us to share information, to connect with others, to build empathy and understanding, and to drive the change we want to see in the world. The first step in developing your story is to reflect on who you are and what has brought you to this moment. Your pre-reflection homework focused on diving deep into the moments and milestones in your life that have shaped you. Many of you shared exciting, compelling, and vulnerable stories. This reflection should give you a nice foundation for your story. Remember to consider questions like, what are some moments from your life when you stepped out of your comfort zone and tackled a problem to make a positive difference in the world? What was your call to action or aha moment? How did your action make you feel, and how did it impact others? The next step is to build your story. Every story has a beginning, middle, and end. Describe the central conflict or challenge you hope to address in order to inspire hope with your solution. Your goal is to inspire others to share your vision. The protagonists of your story could be the founders of the organization, staff members, or people who have benefited from your social venture. The narrative arc will provide structure and flow for your story. The hook is the opening, where you set the stage and bring your audience into the story. Paint a picture, introduce the central character. The challenge is where you introduce the problem. In your case, that should be the social problem that you aim to address with your innovation. Help your audience connect with the problem by both describing how you came to develop empathy and commitment to it, and also by describing why this problem really needs to be solved. Think beyond your personal story here. What are the deeper social causes of the problem? Broadening the scope of the issue helps your audience to connect to it. The big idea is where you introduce your solution. Make sure you include what's unique about it. The how-to is the strategy, or how your solution works. This could be the beginning of your business model. The impact describes how your solution is changing things, big or small. It's important to be concrete about your impact and to use data to support it. Insight reflects on key learnings and the broader meaning of your story. Give your audience a call to action here so they can become involved. Defining your key audience is essential to creating a compelling story. You need to understand what motivates your target audience in order to motivate them with your pitch. Think about which audience or audiences you want to reach. The general public tends to want stories that are inspiring and emotionally moving. Social innovators are drawn to stories that give insight into the process of addressing a social problem. Thought leaders are looking at the bigger picture and how your solution fits into it. And funders want to understand impact and return on investment. They want to see that you deeply understand the problem and its context. Distilling your core message answers that ever-important question. Why? It's difficult but beneficial to try telling your story in 6 words or less. Another way to practice this is to develop a 30-second elevator pitch. Both exercises require you to trim the fat and only focus on the most important, most compelling elements of your message. Choosing your story type can be a helpful way to create structure for your story. Ashoka offers 4 proven story types that inspire people to take action. The challenge story is about a protagonist overcoming obstacles to make an impact. This is a good story type for the general public. The how-to story explains the process of solving a social problem and implementing a unique solution. Social innovators and thought leaders respond well to this story type. The big idea story describes a unique solution in the context of a broader system. This is a useful story if your audience includes thought leaders or funders. The impact story describes the way in which your solution is driving change and illustrates the potential for a return on investment. It includes concrete examples and metrics. This is a good story type for funders and thought leaders. Activating your audience gives them a call to action. You want to inspire and motivate your audience with your story, but you can also take it a step further by involving them directly. What do you want them to do when they hear your story? Some examples of calls to action include sharing your story, becoming a supporter or champion of your cause, signing up for a newsletter, signing a petition, volunteering, donating to your organization, or starting their own program. Remember that strategic storytelling is about pulling together all of your hard work, insights, inspiration, research, and knowledge, and distilling it into something that your target audience will respond to. It's hard work and it takes practice, but you've already done a lot of the background work. Focus on linking your personal passion and story to important elements of your innovation. Where your personal purpose and your organizational purpose meet is the heart of your strategic story. You practiced recording and pitching a story during the listening exercise. Remember how that felt and how your story sounded coming from someone else. Use all of that as you create your first draft of a strategic story. Remember that delivery is also a big part of a great pitch, so don't underestimate the importance of practice. Give your pitch to your mirror, your friends, and your mentors. Ask for constructive feedback, and have fun with it. I look forward to hearing all of you tell your powerful strategic stories. See you online.